Hi. So we're live in the Facebook group. I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes to see if anyone joins. We're here today for a 30-minute yoga practice, and it will be available in the group later for those that can't join. Today's focus is setting intentions. So what that means, we're actually doing a bit of a focus on this in the group for the week. So setting intention is living your life with intention rather than just flying by the seat of your pants and letting everything happen to you. You're deciding yourself from within what you want to achieve, where you want to go, and taking control of the situations. So that is living with intention. So in yoga we do loads of intention setting, and you might have heard a yoga teacher do this at the beginning of a class. So they're saying, okay, set an intention for your practice. What does it mean? It means taking something that you want to improve in your life, or something in your life that you are really, something you want to accomplish, or maybe it's more something you just want to cultivate more of in your life. So it could be anything. It could be anything work related. It could be just anything in your private life, anything at all. So for example, if you're running late home from work every night and getting in trouble with the family every night because you're working really hard, there's always something at the end of the day that takes over, and your intention is to be home on time, but the intentions go out the window when some more work lands on the desk or whatever it is. And what we have to do with that intention, our intention is to be home with our family, but we have to be positive and also in the present tense with it. So we say our intention as if it's already happened, or we're already doing it. So it's like I am. And we also say it in a positive way. So we don't say I'm not going to be late home and get in trouble every night. You say I am at home every evening with my family, enjoying family time. That could be the intention. So it's something positive, present tense, taking you into that vibration of that situation. So we're going to start the practice with it's going to be quite grounding. When we're really busy and in our heads, our energy seems to rise and could be scattered all over the place. So the first thing we do is bring ourselves back down to earth, bring ourselves into these four walls, and then I'm going to focus also on this area here, which is the solar plexus, which is the area of personal power. So core strength. Take control of this, then you start to drive your own life forward rather than things happening to you. So there is the kind of summary of what it's all about. I'm just going to start, as always, with some pranayama, some controlled breathing. So find an easy seated position on the mat and sit up tall as if someone's pulling you up from the crown of your head, nice and tall. And just take a big inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Just getting rid of tension to begin with, and again. And exhale. One more, breathe in. And exhale. Okay, and close the eyes. If you're sitting cross-legged, which is advisable if that's comfortable for you, just put your hands on your knees. And just take your breathing. We've learnt this last week, or the week before. It's a controlled yoga breathing technique. So we breathe in for a count of 4 through the nose, and then we breathe out for a count of 4 through the nose. So breathing with intention. Okay, so breathing in and out for 4. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Slow, controlled breath in, making the inhales and the exhales similar lengths. Just counting to 4 in your head. So it's strong, purposeful breath to start off our intention practice. Taking control of the breath to begin with. start as we mean to go on. I'm just going to move the camera, but just stay where you are. So I'll come to my mat. So continue with a slow inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. It's always nostril breathing in yoga, so just make sure you're sitting up really tall and straight. Filling the lungs completely on the inhale and then completely emptying them on the exhale. Okay, so this is the time now to sort of focus in on your intention, whatever that thing is that you want to improve in your life. Try to make a firm, positive, present tense statement in your head about it now, as if you're already doing it. Starting with I am usually. Okay, so open your eyes. I'm coming to my mat now. And we're just going to start with a few activational poses. So sitting up tall and straight in your cross-legged position as you were, and then we're just going to tilt the head back to look at the ceiling and tilt forward, chin to chest. Breathing in, up, linking breath and movement as I taught the other day. Breathing out, down, breathing up to centre, and then taking the right hand out to the side, left hand up and over, and just taking a side stretch, look up to the ceiling. Stretch down the left side. Deep breaths. Next inhale, come up, exhale down. Stretching out to the other side, look up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale. Inhale back up, back down to the first side, reaching up and over. See if you can bend the elbow, the right elbow this time, come down a bit lower, but don't let the left buttock come off the floor. Breathing in, up, breathing out, down. Look up to the ceiling. Bending the left elbow, coming up. And then we're going to take a twist now, so taking the left hand to the right knee and looking over the shoulder. Twisting round to look towards the back. Really focus on grounding down through the sit bones in this position. So as if with the inhale, we're drawing all the breath up, and the exhale, the breath is coming down the spine, down the body. Other side. So trying to control the breath and therefore the energy that's moving in our body. Breathing in upwards, breathing out downwards to the earth. And then come back to centre. We'll just take a walk forward on the fingertips, so just stretch out the hips a bit. Just walk your fingers forwards, don't let your bum come off the floor. As far as you can go, take a big inhale and exhale down. Inhale, exhale down, a bit lower, one more. And then walk the hands back. And we're going to come up into a kneeling position. So kneeling up and sort of knees are hip width apart. You're going to take your left leg out to the side with the left foot pointing forwards, and the rest of the body straight. We're going to take our left hand down the left leg and bring the right arm up and over and look up to the ceiling as we did before. Feeling the more intense side stretch. Okay, and then we're going to come over and bring the right hand to the floor and lift the left leg. So it's parallel to the floor. You can bring the arm up. Just hold, engaging that core area. So So hold the leg straight and then bring the leg down and turn the bottom foot in underneath you and bring the foot to the calf. And I'm going to push through my left foot and try to lift my right knee off the floor and just hold there. So using your core strength again, look up to the ceiling if you can, try to hold it there. If you can't lift the knee off, just let it rest on the floor. And hold, breathe. And then lower down, we're going to come back up to that first position, come back to centre and do the other side. So right foot out to the side. Inhale, exhale over to the right, look up to the ceiling. This toes are pointing forward here. You won't be able to get far over, it's quite difficult in this position to get anywhere near the leg. Inhale, exhale down, so left hand to the floor, lift the right leg and try to come parallel to the floor. Look up if you can and hold it there. Flex the foot if that helps. Sometimes it helps to really flex the foot and engage the leg to keep it there. And now lower the foot down and then turn the bottom leg underneath, bring the foot to the calf, and if you can't lift off, don't worry, just stay here. But if you can, try pushing through the left hand and lifting the left knee off the floor and look up. Working the core. Breathe and lower down. Okay, we're going to come back up, come back, and we're going to come into all fours now. So it's like this. And keep. So come into all fours, and just now warming up the spine a bit, so curling the back, pushing the shoulder blades apart, chin to chest, and curving the back upwards. And then we're going to inhale and curve it all the way back down, so looking up to the ceiling. And then exhale down, curving up. Inhale up, looking up, sticking the bum out and the chest and tummy down. Exhale down. These are called cat-cows. Breathe in up, breathe out down. Breathe in up and down. Synchronise the breath of the movement as much as we can. We'll keep reminding you to do that. Up and down, and then just sit back on your heels, stretch the arms out in front of you, really reach forwards, and then bring your head down towards the floor. It might not touch the floor, that's okay. And this is child's pose, so at any point in the class that you want to come down into this resting pose, that's fine. You can come here with your arms outstretched or your arm here. Okay. Coming back into all fours, we're going to curl the toes under, come into down dog. So down dog is a V shape with your body, feet are hip width apart, your head is head and neck completely floppy, there's no tension there at all. It might be a lot on your hamstrings, so you can pedal your feet if you want to. And you're not kind of over here, you're pushing back, so push through the hands and push the head towards the floor, and you're walking the heels. Okay, really straight arms and suck in the tummy. Okay, that's down dog. Bringing both heels up, and then on the exhale, down, both heels down, and then press down as low as you can go, bringing your head down towards the floor between your arms. You might not go very far, but don't worry, it will eventually, it will with time. You can wiggle your hips from side to side here. As I said, sometimes down dog is hard if you haven't done it before, much, but at any point just come down into child's pose if you need to. Just bring your knees to the floor and curl up in a ball. Okay, walk your feet forwards and find a forward fold. So my feet are hip width apart still, and I'm just letting my torso drape over. My belly is moving towards my thighs, but I'm not forcing it at this stage. Just letting it hang. Inhale, exhale, and you can take your elbows if you want and just have a little swing from side to side. So hamstrings are really feeling it. You can bend your knees if it's too much on the hamstrings. And then we're going to let the hands drop down. And I'm going to take my right hand now to the outside of my left foot and take a twist. So twists are really good for stimulating that solar plexus area. And then I'm going to bring my hand down, left hand to the outside of the right foot and look up to the other side. Coming back down, and then we're going to bend our knees and just slowly roll up to standing. Okay, so from standing we take mountain posture, which is Tadasana it's called. So we bring our feet together, hand and palms out, chest is up and lifted, and we curl our pelvis under. I'm going to take you through that sun salutation that we learnt the other day. So it's sun salutation A, Surya Namaskar A. So feet together at the front of your mat, take your mountain posture, breathe in, bring your arms up overhead, thumbs touch, look up to your thumbs, and then exhale and come down, leading with the chest, hands to shins. Inhale, extend the crown of the head forwards. Exhale, lower down, hands either side of the feet, step back to plank. Okay, so obviously plank is a great one for core strength. Make sure that you're in a straight line, you're not up here or too far down or sinking down in the shoulders. You need to push the shoulder blades apart in plank, push the heels back and make sure you're really solid in a straight line. Okay, big inhale, exhale, lower knees down, tops of the feet down, and then we're going to bend the elbows and bring the chest down towards the floor. Okay, so chin is on the floor too, and then we're going to push the legs back and come up into a baby cobra. So cobra, hands either side of the breastbone, open the chest, look forwards. Come back to all fours, curl the toes under and come back into down dog. Okay, so find your down dog again. It might take you a few goes to get it right, but yeah, it's a V shape. As I said, feet hip width apart. I'll keep repeating it so remember. And we're pushing our head down towards the floor and our bum's basically sticking up in the air. And sometimes it's best to turn your toes in slightly actually, and make sure your arms aren't sagging. You're pushing with your hands so the arms are straight. And try to remember to suck the belly in a bit as well. So you're engaging the core in this posture. Big inhale, come up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees, look forward through the hands, and then we're going to just walk or step back to the front of the mat. Hands to shins, extend the crown of the head forwards, so that elongating the spine. Lower down on the out breath, and then a big in breath all the way back up to standing. Look at the thumbs, come back through heart centre, back to mountain posture at the front of the mat. I'll do another one of those. Let's just do another one, we'll do it a bit faster this time. So breathing in, looking up to the thumbs, breathing out, swan dive down, hands to the shins or the floor, whichever is available to you. Inhale up, exhale down, step back, left foot, right foot to plank. Okay, so find plank, make sure you're in a nice straight line. In breath, push through the hands, out breath, lower the knees down, tops of the feet down, elbows in, chest down, come through to baby cobra, or you can maybe push a bit higher. In cobra you should really be working the back, not the hands and the arms, so you can maybe lift your hands off to make sure that you're doing that. Come through all fours, curl the toes under and push back again to down dog. Hold down dog now for 5 deep, slow, long breaths. Okay, so pushing the heels down, that's 1. Feeling the stretch on the backs of the legs. Feeling the distance between the hands and the shoulders getting wider and wider, so you're pushing the hands far away from you as you can. Sucking the belly in, especially on the out breath, and lowering the head down, but with no tension in the neck at all. Come up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees, look forward through the hand, walk or step back to the front of the mat, hands to shins, extend forward with a flat back. Inhale, exhale down, inhale all the way back up to standing, palms touch. You can take a little back bend if it feels nice here, and then come back through heart centre, back down to Tadasana, mountain posture. Okay, breathing in. We do a variation on that now. Breathing out, swan diving down, hands to shins. Breathe in up, breathe out, lower down, hands to the floor, step back to plank. So, okay, working through the core then, starting off with this plank shape. We're going to come down into forearm plank. Okay, so see if you can come down and still keep your body in a straight line. And then I'm going to roll over onto my right elbow. And then see if you can bring your hand up Modification is to bring one foot forward and then bring your arm up. You can see if you can push into kind of a rainbow shape in this position. So stretching the side body, pushing through this arm here. Okay, come back to forearm plank and do the other side, so coming up and over. You can bring one leg to the ground if you need to. So stretching and then lifting the hip up, side body stretch. Hold, and then come back to forearm plank. We'll come back to high plank. Okay, so from high plank you can go knees, chest, chin again, down to the floor, come through cobra, push back down to down dog. Hold down dog for 5 breaths. Pushing the hands away from you, pushing the heels down. Big inhales and exhales. As I said before, if you need to come down to child's pose, just come down to child's pose like this or like this. Sometimes, if you're not used to working the upper body, these down dogs can be murder, so just do what your body wants to do today. Holding, pushing the heels down, coming up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees, look forward, step forwards, hands to shins, look up, look forward, and then we're going to bend down. So coming down into a squat, I've got my feet together, and I'm going to bring my hands off the floor, bring my arms up to look up towards the ceiling, and I'm sinking down as if I'm sitting in a chair. So this is called chair pose for obvious reasons. Holding the chair, inhale, exhale, sit down. Bring the arms up as high as you can, breathe in. You bring the palms together if it's available, that's a bit harder, or keep them like shoulder distance apart. And then we're going to bring our hands into a prayer in front of our bodies, and we're going to twist. So I've got my right elbow to left knee, and I'm looking over my left shoulder. Don't let the right knee come forwards, keep knees level. Over the right shoulder, inhale, exhale, sinking down. If it's available, you can also open your arms out, so twisting a bit deeper like that. Bringing your hands back into a prayer, coming back up to standing. Look up to the thumbs. Inhale, exhale back down through heart center again. I'm going to twist it to the other side. So left elbow over right knee, look over the right shoulder. Sit your bum down. You might feel your thighs trembling now. Breathe in, up, back up, standing. I'm going to come and face you, but stay where you are, the front of your mat. Look up to the ceiling and take a back bend. I've got my fingers actually in a pistol grip now, so I'm drawing on a line on the ceiling with my hands and bending back. And then I'm going to come back to centre, breathe in up, breathe out, side bend again. Okay, so don't come forward in your side bend or back in your side bend. Make sure you're in a straight line. So if I do it like this, you can see I'm just straight. Holding, breathing deeply, breathing up and elongate, breathe out down to the other side. You can look up as well. And back up on an in-breath, and then I'm going to come down forward, so leading forwards, keeping your head in line with the arms, don't let them go down or up. Try to keep your top of the arms glued to the ears or somewhere near there. And just hold this kind of right angle pose. Hold, coming back up, and then coming back down through heart centre onto the front of the mat. One more time, breathe in up, look up to the thumbs, breathe out slowly down. Hands to shins, breathe in, inhale up, breathe out down. Step back, right foot, left foot. Okay, this time we're going to do plank on our high plank. Side planks on our high arms, not on our elbows. We're going to roll over onto the right side. See if you can get into a high side plank, or bring a foot forward, or if that's really too difficult, you can bring one knee down. Okay, so there's 3 options for you there. If you're very advanced, you can always bring up your leg as well. Okay, or even more. So I don't know how many advanced yogis are here, but there you go. And then come back into side plank, come back to plank, roll over to the other side. So this is really about stacking the joints, stacking the shoulder above the wrist. And then you can stay here, or modification is this, or lift one leg, or take a toe and extend, whichever is right for you today. and then come back to plank. So really, so working through the core. You can do knees, chest, chin, back down to the floor again, or you can try a harder version, which is like a tricep push-up and coming down to here and then coming through to this up dog position. Up dog is the top of the feet on the floor, pushing through the heels of the hands, chest is open, and then we come back through all fours or roll over the toes to down dog. Now hold down dog, or if you're knackered, just come into child's pose for 5 breaths. So pushing the heels down. You can wiggle from side to side if you want to. Making sure your arms are straight, your hands are spread wide and pushing the floor away from you, really pushing. It's a really active pose. Everything's active apart from your head and neck. One more breath here. Come up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees, look forward, walk, step or hop back to the front of the mat. Hands to shoes, extend forward, lower down on the out breath, and then breathe in all the way back up to standing. Look at the thumbs, take a back bend, why not? Come down through heart centre. Okay, so we're going to take on really, really grounding posture now, which is tree pose. So, grounding down through both feet, okay? This is a balance, and it's, well, obviously tree roots connected to the earth, it makes sense. So, grounding down through the left foot, taking the right foot out to the side. We're going to draw the foot up the leg. So it can come to here, or here, wherever. You're going to try and balance. You could even bring your foot into the inside of your thigh. If you've got that balance, bring your hands into prayer. Breathe deeply and find a point to focus on the wall or the floor, something that doesn't move. Make sure you're engaging all of the tree trunk, but engage your leg and your belly. Push the hands together gently. Deep breaths. Try to hold your tree. Whoa, she says. And slowly come down. We'll do the other side. So taking the left foot out now, drawing up. You might just be here, that's fine. You might even want to hold on to a wall if you've not done this before, which is absolutely fine as well. It's just kind of finding your way. Or bringing your foot in is a more advanced version. Just holding for 5 breaths. Inhale. Inhale for 4, exhale for 4, remember. Finding that point on the wall which doesn't move will really help steady you. One more breath here. And lower the foot down. Okay, so we're going to step the legs wide now. Okay, so coming into a wide-legged forward fold. So my toes are slightly turned in, and I'm going to just take my hands to my hip and lead with my chest, kind of bend forwards like this. Elbows out to the side, and just come down to wherever feels comfortable for you. If it's like really uncomfortable, bend the knees, it's absolutely fine. Or if your hands don't touch the floor, try to move your feet out a bit further or put something underneath your hands, okay? Like some books or something like that. But if you're quite flexible, you can try and go wider and bring your elbows down to the floor. And then let the head go again. If you're really flexible, you can bring your hands in between your feet. So fingertips are in line with the feet, with the toes, sorry, and elbows are in. And then you draw your head, the crown of your head down towards the floor. So taking 5 breaths in this forward fold. Okay, just working into it. As I say, bend your knees if it's too much on the backs of the legs. Okay, slowly coming up and bring both arms out to the side in like an aeroplane and try to hold it there. And then we're going to bring the right hand, sorry, it's your left hand to the right foot, and then twist up and bring your hand behind your back if you can, look up to the ceiling in a twist. Or you can have your hand here. Twisting round. And then coming back to your aeroplane and coming back to the other side. Right hand to left foot, looking up and over the left shoulder. Coming back to centre And then we're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders, okay? So putting some of the weight into your hands now, so give your legs a bit of a rest. And we're going to rock backwards and forwards and just practice moving the weight between the hands and the feet. So I'm moving it into my hands, moving it back into my feet. And then we're going to do something that will really activate the core now. So you're going to come forward onto your hands and then come onto your tiptoes, okay? And really push the floor away from you, as we have been doing the whole class, with the hands pushing through the hands, okay? So lifting up onto the toes, wherever you can get to, onto your tiptoes, pushing the floor away from you, and really feel that in the deep core. It should really activate the deep core, so push and hold. Try to breathe deeply and hold. And lower down. Take a breath, and then do it again. Rolling forward, taking the weight into the hands, coming onto your tiptoes, push, 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 and lower down. It's not unusual to get cramp in your tummy when you do this, but it's a good thing, I'm sure of it. And then come back and do it one more time. Activate the core, lower the heels down, and then we're going to walk our hands around to the front foot, the right foot, swivel the back toe in. I'm going to bring my arm up and over into warrior two. So I came down from here, I brought my left arm up and came into this very strong grounding posture, warrior two. I've got right arm in front, right leg out, looking down the front middle finger. And breathe. And sink down on the out breath, so that you're trying to get eventually this parallel to the ground. So breathing in. And then we're going to take our back hand down the back leg, and this is called reverse warrior. So bringing the hand up and over, palm faces the back wall. Look up to the ceiling, side stretch. Coming back to warrior two, and then take the hand to the outside of the foot. Windmill the arms down, swivel the back foot in, and come back to plank again. So plank, you can go knees, chest, chin. I'll do that one this time. Knees, chest, chin, down, through to cobra, all fours back to down dog. Step the left foot forward now, through the hands. Bring the right arm up and come into warrior two on the other side. Big inhale, exhale, sink down and stretch the arms out away from each other, looking down the front, middle finger, pushing through the knife edge of the back foot. Deep, slow breath, activating the arms. Now take the back arm down, the back leg, and turn the palm to face the back wall. Reverse the warrior. And then come back to warrior two. And then hands to the outside of the front foot, windmill the arms down, swivel the back foot in, back to plank, knees, chest, chin to the floor, through to cobra, and then come back to down dog. Hold down dog, or come into a child's pose for 5 breaths. And I think we're nearly at half an hour now, so I'm going to finish off slowly. Just take some deep breaths in down dog or child's pose. Inhale, push the heels down, and then I'm going to bring my knees slowly to the floor. What time is it? Okay, come to sit on the floor. Okay, we'll do one last posture and then we'll come into a Savasana. So I'm going to do one more core activating posture, which is an avasana, which is boat pose. So I've got my tips of my toes on the floor, got my arms out in front, and I'm just going to, you can raise one leg to start with to see how you go. You're trying to balance on the coccyx here, so try and bring both legs up to this position. This should be parallel to the floor, arms outstretched, and chest is forwards, so don't let your back sort of sink down. Try to push the chest forwards. Obviously you'll feel that in the core and the hip flexors. If you're good at this and strong, you can straighten the legs and hold. If not, you can keep stay here or just keep one leg down. Just do whatever's right for you today. You're different every time you come to the mat. I always say that, but it's true. Okay, and then we're going to come down, cross the legs in front of us, and this is one last push with the core. Push through the hands, lift the bottom off the floor, or you may be able to lift the bottom and the feet off the floor, and then come down. I'm going to now just bring our legs out in front of us, hands in front of us, and just lower all the way down onto our backs. Okay? Now you're here, just bring your knees into your chest. Move gently from side to side. Massaging the lower back. Big inhale. Arms out to the side, just let the knees drop to one side. Just twisting through the spine one last time. So I've got my knees to my left, my face is turned to the right. Inhale up, exhale down, looking down the arm. And come back to centre. And then we're going to just extend the legs out straight, let the feet flop open to the sides, hands to the ceiling. I like to tuck my chin in a bit and tuck my pelvis under here so that my spine's straight. So palms facing the ceiling, feet, everything just relaxed now. So take a moment here to stay where you are. I'm just going to move because I'm going to talk to you. So just take a moment here in your Savasana. This is Savasana, the last pose that we do in yoga. And just, it's the most important part of the class because it's where everything that you've done, all the good work, settles into the body and becomes part of you. So it's really important to get your Savasana in at the end. You've worked hard and you've earned it as well. So just closing the eyes, and we'll just do a couple of big inhales through the nose, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the nose, exhale, big sigh out, one more, and exhale through the mouth. And then just let yourself kind of sink into the floor now, just really relax it. Maybe just scan your body to notice how you're feeling, check in with yourself. Notice anything that's going on in the body. And it's a good time to also go back to that intention that you set at the beginning of the class. Just kind of bring your focus mentally to that intention and repeat it again to yourself 3 times. And then just stay here for a minute or so while energy settles down. We've done a really grounding, solar plexus stimulating class, so it's quite energising. So just settle down, let the energy settle now. You should feel strong, in control, ready to drive your life and not let it drive you. That was the whole purpose of the class though. Just doing yoga, taking some time out from your day really gives your brain a chance to sort of recalibrate, gives it space, gives you space. You need that, it's important. So hopefully that's helped in some way, shape or form. So bringing the awareness back to the breath now, and maybe bringing your arms up over your head. If you're in that Savasana position, stretching your toes and feet away from each other. So really stretching the whole body. Now bring your knees to your chest and just hug your knees into your chest one more time. And then roll over onto your right side and just push yourself gently up to seated position. And thank you everyone. Namaste. Thanks for coming to the live class or watching this recorded if you are. Thank you. Namaste.